Hey there everybody, Coach Mark here, and before we dive into today's topic, make sure to find me over on Instagram as Coach Mark Estrabio. Also, I offer one-to-one coaching, it's what I do full-time, and the odds are very good I'd love to work with you. But with that being said, let's get into it. So in today's video, I'll be going over the newest program in the Tacitus series, and that is Tacitus Vita. For those of you unfamiliar, the Tacitus series is a 3 times a week full-body conjugate program ebook series, and Vita is designed around the lifestyle athlete, someone who isn't necessarily working out in a high-end gym, someone who's maybe in more of a Planet Fitness, a health club type facility. However, if you do have access to specialty equipment, specialty bars, you could easily make some adjustments for this program, but I wanted to make this one more, shall we say, accessible to a broader audience while still staying true to conjugate principles. Much like every other program in the Tacitus series, the 3 times a week full body split is designed around the idea that you might train on something such as a Monday, Wednesday, Friday split. So the first day of the training week is the upper max effort day, and with it being upper max effort, that is for both push and pull, as well as full body accessories. I'm not going to go over every little detail in this video. Just hit the link box down below to grab yourself a copy of the full PDF. That way you can go over this at your own time and fully expand the program for your needs. But with regards to your max effort push and your max effort pull, we're going to train them on a nice 4-week wave here, wherein in week 1 you're going to hit a 10 RM, week 2 is an 8 RM, week 3 is a 6 RM, and then week 4 is also a 6 RM, and then you're going to do some back offsets to help volumize, add a little bit of muscle and endurance. Again, this program isn't designed for someone who's necessarily competing in strength sports or wants to get as jacked as humanly possible. It's meant as sort of an everyman program. Now, as far as your max effort movements go, what I have here is essentially just a little menu based on where you want to target. These are some good viable options for you on those max effort variations. And again, if you've got access to barbells or specialty equipment, you can certainly swap those in as you will. So here's our push selection. And then if you'll wait 1 second, here is our pull selection. Again, this is not exhaustive. These are just really good options you're going to be able to do in most any facility. Our second day of the week is going to be the lower max effort day, and then what you'll notice here on the pull and press is you want to pick variations you're not doing on the first day of the week. So for example, on day 1, let's say you're doing a bench press variation and a row variation. On this day, you should pick a shoulder press variation and a vertical pulling variation, and then there's a few other accessories you'll see there. But let's talk a little bit more about what the lower body max effort is going to look like. So with regard to your lower body max effort series, it's going to look a lot like what we're doing for upper body. Main difference here is we're taking a slightly larger drop just because lower body does tend to be a bit more fatiguing overall versus upper body. And in terms of movement variation selection, you've got quite a few here available. And we have these categorized based off if you're looking to emphasize more your quads, your glutes, or your hamstrings. Now the third and final day of the training week is our full body developmental day here. So you're going to start with a lower variation as well as an upper pressing variation. And again, you want to pick variations you are not doing on the max effort day. You could pick something very similar to what you're doing on the max effort day, or pick something totally different if you want a bit more variety. And we're going to be using a density approach, which I'll talk about in a little bit here. But then after that, you'll see just some more isolation type movements to help round out your overall muscle development. Now, what that density approach looks like is it's pretty simple. You're simply going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and using a weight you could do for a quality set of 10, you're going to knock out as many sets of 5 to 8 reps as you can in that 10 minutes. And if you accumulate 35 or more high quality reps, you're simply going to add weight next time. Now right here, this is just an example of various accessory progressions you can use in the program. I did have suggested ones all throughout. Again, just download the PDF. It's available in the description box. That way you can go through this on your own time, or even use these accessory progressions in your own program or some other program written by someone who wasn't me. And then this right here is what Tacitus Vita would look like if I were running it for myself in a gym much like a Planet Fitness. So my upper max effort movements would be the 30-degree dumbbell incline as well as the chest-supported row variations, then some rest pause leg press, a top set on a Smith machine RDL, some tricep press downs, and leg raises. Day 2, my max effort lower variation would be a 1.5 rep Smith machine squat, some lat pull down, 60-degree dumbbell incline, ham curls, a rope hammer curl, side planks. Day 3 for density work, I'm going to do dumbbell RDLs as well as dips, some face pulls, leg extensions, lateral raises, and ab wheel. Again, you can see how this hits all the major movers across the entire body, but keeps true to the conjugate principle by having max effort type work. Again, max effort isn't just hitting a 1 rep max. The entire idea behind the modality is training to strain, and for the average person, they don't necessarily need a 1 rep max, so this is just a good alternative program for that population. So that really wraps it up. This is a super quick video. Tacitus Vita, again, was designed around sort of the lifestyle athlete, someone who's just looking to stay strong, stay fit, but they don't really have any massive goals in the gym beyond general health and steadily improving. You could even consider running this as a 2 times a week program where you might go A, B 1 week, then C, A 1 week, then B, C the following week. Again, these are all designed around maximal flexibility. We have one more Tacitus program coming up, and that is going to be our power building one. But I'll see you folks in the next video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. Take care.